is young and so are we. So maybe you should leave with me. The night is young and so are we, baby. The night is young, so let's have some fun. If you love me right, yeah, this could be the summer of our lives now, honey. Give it to me like you know you should now, baby. This could be the summer of our lives, the summer of our lives. The sun sets on fire, tell me your desires. We're not getting tired, baby, take me higher. I'm Sunday, you love it, come on, give me something. I know that you want it, boy. The night is young and so are we. So maybe you should leave with me. The night is young and so are we, baby. The night is young, so let's have some fun. If you love me right, yeah, this could be the summer of our lives now, honey. Give it to me like you know you should now, baby. This could be the summer of our lives, the summer of our lives. Give it to me, baby, all night. We can keep on dancing all night. Give it to me, baby, all night. Give it to me, baby, all night. We can keep on dancing all night. Give it to me, baby, all night. You love me right. If you love me right, oh. If you love me right, this could be the summer of our lives now, honey. Give it to me like you know you should now, baby. This could be the summer of our lives, the summer of our lives. Give it to me, baby, all night. We can keep on dancing all night. Give it to me, baby, all night. Give it to me, baby, all night. We can keep on dancing all night. Give it to me, baby, all night. Let's go.
Welcome back to another warm-up show with hockey coach, role coach Francis, directly for the beautiful country of Thailand. And we have to go to find our co-host directly from Toronto downtown. Mr. ENORTAP is back in the house on the Monday on November 28th, 2022. Welcome back, Mr. ENORTAP.
Hello, Coach. Hello, Hockey Nation. Great to be here again, Coach. Another week. Hopefully we have better luck this week with their predictions. Last week was a bit tough.
Yeah, absolutely right. We struggled last week, you and me, but Yamo was the star of the week. Like the NHL gave a 3-star of the week. Us, we have 1 star only. That's too many. Like we cannot give 2, 1 only. And Yamo completely dominate the week last week. So congratulations to Yamo. We're going to go through the leaderboard in the next couple of minutes, Mr. Nortap. But we want to welcome everybody. Thanks to be a part of the show tonight. We have a lot of 6 games, I believe. Mr. Nortap is on the program tonight. A lot of good matchup. After an amazing, great weekend, of the hockey since, because we remember it was the Thanksgiving weekend in USA. So they have a lot of game Friday afternoon, Saturday afternoon was all about the family, everything like that, Sunday. And then other sport, the NBA already do the same thing. Plus you have, of course, the soccer World Cup around the world with of course, the Canada lost by a score 4-1. But there are a lot of action, NFL, and the NCAA football, where the playoff time is coming very soon, and then you have the NCAA, of course, the basketball are back and full action. Plus, if you follow the hockey NCAA, and plus the CHL, plus the USHL, so on top, we cannot sleep. That's the problem we get right now. We cannot sleep because you have too many action on the TV. And I have to buy more TV. I cannot follow everything. By the way, Mr. Notap, I find out during the weekend, it was a weekend of cleanup for me. When I said clean up, I need to clean up my computer. I need to clean up. And I have a better software right now, so I don't know how that's going to work. But I clean up, of course, my channel TV, where I can figure out other things. And then I figure out I have all the game. I cannot believe it. I have all the game junior in Canada.
Really?
Yeah, every game. Like I can go watching the Shawinigan. I can go watching the Everett Silver Stick. I don't know how this works, honestly, but I know how it works. Wow. You have to click on the channel, but I don't know how I got this. So really interesting. I watched a couple of games during the weekend. So Connor Bedard continues to performing number one scorer around the Canada with 53 points or 54 points. Really dominate the CHL. And then, because I'm talking about this, because we are almost like 1 week or maybe 10 days before the beginning of the training camp for the Team Canada. And you have a lot of rumors. See, okay, Shane Wright coming back over there. Slavkovsky maybe play with Slovakia, and other players like Dylan Guntner for the Arizona maybe play on the over there for Canada. Possibly no Johnson. So we have a lot of rumor going to Team Canada and others. So the level of the talent is going to be really higher if those kind of players I mentioned to you are going to be at the World Junior Championship in 2023. It's going to be, guys, at Halifax and Moncton. So many, many years it's always been to Edmonton, Calgary, Alberta area. But this year it's currently in the Maritime, we call this, with
Eastern.
Moncton, Halifax. So maybe we're going to have some kind of the update from Rick Bengal. Can maybe go there. Maybe Yann Gianet will go to Moncton. Maybe Johnny Golden can maybe to go there. So we're going to put some kind of people in charge to give us some kind of report. And of course, the Hockey National Show is going to follow every game at Team Canada and Team USA for the upcoming World Junior Championship. So I'm done to talking, Mr. Notap. I'm tired right now already, and I now welcome everybody.
Yeah, let's do it then, Coach.
Let's do it. Mr. Jarmo Virtanen is in the house. Welcome aboard.
Hey, Jarmo.
He asked me if I follow any Thai channel, Jarmo. I have no clue. I don't know the language, and I don't know, honestly, any. I don't have no time for that one over there. RJ Calabro, welcome back in the house.
RJ, how's it going, RJ?
Ryan Kirk is in the house.
Ryan, welcome.
Jose Duarte, the moderator, is in the house.
Hey, Jose.
Mr. Vinny James 007 Ottawa.
Ready for tonight, Vinny. Ready for tonight. Fantasy.
And we have Rick Bengal back in the house from Halifax.
Mr. Bengal, how's it going?
Our friend Joseph Laham back in the house, Mr. Notap. I know he was not here because he was on the Thanksgiving, with his family. So Joseph Laham, welcome back in the house.
Yeah, Joseph is riding high, those New Jersey Devils. Top of the world.
Our friend Alan Barnes is in the house. Alan, welcome back in the house.
Welcome, Alan.
We saw Trudeau make some change over there. Joseph Laham, maybe you left the building for a couple of days. I don't know if you remember, but the Devils won the last two games. Just want to let you know. Maybe you don't follow hockey when you are with your wife and kids. So he said, I cannot watching what's going on over there. So we want to remind you, Joseph,
How can you
They
not
won
follow
2
hockey?
games on the weekend.
Yeah, he's got to be following for sure.
What about Richard Molin, Mr. Natap? Earth Standing Comic is in the house.
Richard, our man. How's it going, Richard?
Maybe we should do a show, Mr. Natap, with him live, Standing Comic, 5-minute during intermission during the game.
That'd be great. Yeah.
That'd be awesome. So
No, it's a good idea.
I know. Everything is good with me, Mr. Natap. I don't know if you figured this after 2 years.
That's
but
why you're the GOAT. You're the GOAT.
Here we go. I'm still eating Thanksgiving, Joseph. Stop the turkey. How many turkey did you bought, Joseph, for your Thanksgiving? You're lucky because if already the first day was, if Danny was in your area, Danny will eat all the turkey the first day. I have nothing to eat at that Monday night, Joseph. About that, Mr. Natap, we can start with the leaderboard. I think it would be better to go that way right away, Mr. Natap.
Let's do it.
And then we'll go from that way. We have a couple of leaderboard to talk about. First of all, let's talking about the party bus leader. No change, I believe. Mr. Fernando is still number 1, but now he's followed by Joseph Duarte, if I can recall it, Mr. Natap.
Yes, Jose's right in there now.
All right, let's move on now for the gel time. Chicago take the lead. Mr. Nortap, he become the number 1 on the gel time leader. Another bad week for him. He's going to talk about this he's going for a couple of days. But he take the lead, Mr. Chicago Nick, with 5 times.
I think we have a new name for the county.
Yeah, we're going to change the name very soon. I didn't pay too much attention. Then we have the winning percentage leader. We have to go now with Danny T jumping from number 4 to number 1 and standing, followed by Yamo, very close with Fernando. Been lead the winning percentage for a couple of weeks. Me and you, we a little bit behind. We don't good well, Mr. Natap. We need to work more together. But what about Mr. Yamo Vertanen, jump number 1 now in the win with 129, followed by me and Fernando Tavares. So Danny jump now number 4. That's a great performance of the Danny, of course, with Yamo. But the weeks of number, whatever it is, number 7, I believe.
7, yes.
Yamo completely dominate the week with 31 W. Yamo, are you sure about this, Mr. Natap? I think it's a lot.
Unfortunately, I always double check.
Okay, you send them to a Smith verification, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
That's happening about that. And then we have to give credit for Danny T, Mr. Natap, with 28 W. And but Randy Walkman, 31 W, of course, with Yamo. We forgot to mention him. So great weeks for 3 of them. They are the 3-star of the week. We have to give you credit. And then he dominates completely alone. Yamo Vertanen with 148 total point. I'm not good me on those points because I don't get good score. I play too much comfortable to not give too much the right score. Mr. Natap, I have a difficult time to pick a team. I cannot go starting to be thinking about the score. I'm going to be lost anyway. So it's too much on my eyes, Mr. Natap.
Yeah, you look at the average score, coach, and just go with that all the time to the right team. That's all I do.
Yeah, absolutely. The Red Kirk said others playing rough, play the bounce back tonight. Luciano Graziano is in the house. Welcome aboard, Luciano.
Hey, Luciano. How's it going?
About to be a 3-win straight for Devils after tonight. Play against the New York Rangers. And then we have RJ in the party boss. Melissa is in the house. Welcome aboard, Melissa. Thanks to be with the Hockey Nation Live show.
Melissa, hope you feel better.
Yeah, absolutely about this one. Then, Mr. Natap, let's start with you. We are almost hitting the 5:15. And what they pay you attention during the last weekend, maybe in hockey or around the world, what you really pay a little bit more attention?
Well, we talked about some of them last night, Coach. So I'm really just going to focus on the, I think it was 5 games that we had last night. And again, they were very close. 5 games, 2 went to overtime. We saw Vancouver hang on and defeat San Jose, even though in the third period, it looked like San Jose was skating rings around Vancouver, but a great outing by Demko kept them in it, and they finally won in overtime there. And how about those Seattle Kraken, Coach? They keep rolling. You know, like
Unbelievable.
I don't know. I still think at the end of the day they'll be on the outside looking in, but they're making it much more difficult every day, every win. And they're winning on the road, they're winning at home, they're winning low scoring games, they're winning high scoring games. It's really phenomenal, and it's parallel to their expected numbers as well. That's the encouraging part. It's not like you expect it to come back down to earth. So we'll see what happens there. Huge win for Ottawa yesterday. It would have been catastrophic if they had lost to LA. Morale there was getting to a really low point. Hopefully, this kind of kickstarts them a little bit. But I saw parts of the game, and there's still areas of concern for both teams. I think LA didn't play one of their best games either. And then we had the Wild defeat Arizona, but as usual, Arizona is in every game, no matter the lack of talent that they have, or the lack of elite talent that they have, I should say. But Minnesota pulls it through, and Winnipeg keeps doing the unthinkable and winning. Yesterday, big score. We now have a new player that we can throw in the Norris nomination forum in Morrissey. He's been playing great hockey. Hopefully, he can keep it up. And again, Hellebuck stood on his head, did a great job.
Yeah, absolutely about that. Well, welcome back, Adam Berger. Adam is with us tonight. Thanks so much. He said, no worry all about Vegas. What do you think about
Nothing
that?
to worry about. Yeah, Vegas is they're on the right track as long as they keep staying healthy and they're getting the proper goaltending. It looks like Eichel's having a great year. Makes people around him much better as well. Yeah, the key is health for them, in my eyes.
Now you have Mr. Ron with Kings in the house. Welcome aboard. How can you say lack of the talent can this guy and Phoenix play in the NHL?
Oh, if you heard the correction, Adam, I said lack of elite talent, not talent. So that's a big difference. You look around the NHL, you can pinpoint 2 or 3 stars on every team. I don't think you can really say that for Arizona.
Keller.
Not yet. He's not elite.
Well, he's not elite. He's an elite. He's maybe not super elite.
Yeah.
Check round.
Oh, no, don't go there. He has to stay healthy. This guy hasn't been healthy in 3 years.
Yeah, Coach. But as an elite talent, he is.
He can be. He had one good year, and he has to prove it.
Then the goaltender, maybe I would consider Velmekov and maybe the top 20, maybe 15 goaltender in NHL. I think he does not.
I would even go higher with
enough
him.
Credit for what he accomplished over there.
I agree 100% with him.
I think he's the one of them, Mr. ENORTAP. He is the reason why they stay in the race every game.
Yeah, absolutely. He keeps him in every day. That's why I said if somehow Montreal could steal him, there's your goalie problem solved for many years to come.
Real Deal is in the house. Welcome aboard. As I will see my baseball. No, Real. I don't know. I did not find this, so we're going to put Roger and this on that one. Chikrin is not an elite player for what Ron is just said. So, all right. So if Chikrin is not an elite player, all right. Let's go with. I would compare to him score 16 goal. Daniel Nurse.
He's not elite, no.
Daniel Nurse is not an elite player in the NHL.
As a defenseman, he's very good, but I don't think he's an elite. He's not in the category of the Makar, the Fox, even.
No. Makar is a super elite player. He's not an elite player. He's a super elite player.
So we have to define it. But part of the qualification is longevity, and we haven't seen that. Like Chikrin really had one very good year, superstar level, and then hasn't been able to produce again wherever he's
But
gone
when he
because
play,
his
is it a good
injuries.
player? Morgan Riley, is it an elite player?
I think he's a very good. Yeah, he's close to that. He's not super elite, no, but I think he's an elite player. Yeah,
He barely make it. Like since 2017, 18, when he got 72 points, after that, he did not perform very well, like a number of the goal per season.
yeah,
But
but his
he's
points
barely
are
make
there,
the elite
coach.
players.
His points are there. He's on the number
It's
one
like a
pairing.
super elite player, Mr. Natap, is about the best of the best. Like in
Yeah,
NHL, the
yeah,
super elite player as a forward, yeah, maybe what, 30, 25,
yeah, possibly. Yeah,
maybe 10, 20. As a defenseman, super elite players, maybe 10.
even less.
So elite player, the march as the elite players is very important. Chick Run, is it a defenseman number 1 or number 2 in NHL?
I think he's the number two. I
So
don't think
that's
he's the number
considered
one.
like an elite players.
Yeah, it depends on the team, right? Depends on the team that you're with,
Well, yeah, but that's
and
everybody. Like you know what I mean.
yeah,
Like if you move everybody in the team, it's going to be that level about this, right?
yeah, yeah. It's
So what's
it's
going
just that
on,
he
Coach?
has to
Mister
do it for a
TH
long
is in
period
the
of time.
house. Welcome aboard. Thanks for being part of the show.
Th, what's going on?
By the way, he's back in the ice, Chick Run, and he's doing very well about this. If he play, you're going to consider him really all-star player or elite for Yamo Vartanen. Thanks so much, everybody, to be a part of the show. Let's move on. We have a lot of things to talk about before we jumping for the start of the day. Out news, they are back on the ice, Mr. Top, after a 2 days vacation and a rookie dinner Saturday night or Friday night Chicago. Sekowski is good. Is okay to go. No concussion. Nathan, he was smiling. He still tried to find some money to pay the bill of the rookie dinner. But otherwise, he's really happy about everything on that. And they confirm Jake Allen is going to be between the pipe for the Sons of Sharks tomorrow night. And then I'm not sure about this, but I did not know about which defenseman is going to be on the roster.
I thought I heard it today, and I can't remember right now.
Okay. Robert Austin is in the house. Robert, welcome aboard.
Hey, Robert.
Another subject we're going to talk about this, Mr. Natap, is the yo-yo. The yo-yo about the defenseman. I think at some point it cannot be all the way that way. But we're going to talk about this. At news, Bergevin, 1 year later, Mr. Natap, he got fired today, 1 year later. So I want to ask you this question. How do you remember the most Bergevin, Mr. Natap? Are you ready?
Sure.
By his draft pick, his trade, his signature, or his clothes?
You know what? Well, definitely the clothes stand out, and his physical shape. I mean, this guy was really buff. That stands out for sure. I think he didn't have very much luck. I don't think with the draft. I mean, there were. I shouldn't say that. I mean, there were a few players that kind of worked out. Of course, Gooley's one of the later ones that we see as the product of Timmins and Bergevin. The trades. I thought he was superb at finding talent out there, but
So I
it
will ask
wasn't
you another
at the
way.
top level.
You're
It
doing
wasn't
very
at the
well,
top
Mr.
level.
Natap. I love when you do it, but try to remember one good draft pick and one bad draft pick. And then one trade, one signature, all the way like that. I think it would be great if we're going to go that way.
Yeah. The easy one is Gooley in terms of good, Kakanyemi in terms of bad.
Okay.
In terms of trades, I'm going to throw in there even picking up players on the waiver. I thought Paul Byron was probably one of the best pickups he made, and really gave us years of good stuff. Bad trades, well, the biggest one that stands out, Sergachev and Drouin. That'll cement his destiny for sure. Signatures,
It could be a
bad.
UFA or a contract.
Yeah, I wasn't crazy about the Hoffman one coming to Montreal. It just wasn't the right fit. In terms of other people, I mean, he did bring some good. Like I thought when he signed Radulov, he had a great year here, and it's unfortunate that in the end ego got in the way and they had to let him go because he still had a couple good years in Dallas when he left. Um, um, there was um, the other Russian player that they picked him up, and he had a relatively good success. His name
Kochanak,
escapes me. Kovalchuk, yeah, yeah.
Kovalchuk.
Yeah, and when he came here, he kind of gave spirit and life to the team, and he loved being here. And then again at the end of the year, well, I think he was part of a trade to Washington at the trade deadline time, and the thinking at the time was that we'd re-sign him the next year because he was a free agent, but it never really happened. So there were some that I thought were good signatures, but the biggest one that always escaped him was trying to get a number one center,
All
and he
right.
was at it
What
9 years.
color the clothes did you like the most?
Well, the one that stands out the most is the red one from the playoffs.
The red one, yeah. I would go with the
Yeah,
pink, of course, but the red one over there. And the most memory time for Marc Benjamin is when he hide himself behind the pot of the flower at the GM meeting in 2013.
yeah,
So I just want to sharing this with you. But signature, I think you have to remind you one more thing. I think worst contract signature was Alzner for the Montreal Canadiens.
oh yes, yes.
I
How can
think
I
that's the
forget
one.
that?
And my best contract, I have to give credit for the contract he gave to Nick Ziski. If
Yeah,
Nick
yeah,
Ziski go at less at 1 point per game, I think it's less or $8 million. I think this is going to be one of the best signature of Marc Bergevin with that.
yeah. I agree. I even liked the. Many people didn't agree with me at the time, but when it happened, I
Yep,
I liked receiving Weber for Subban.
yep.
I thought that was fantastic. If it weren't for the fact that he was an older player, he would have had many, many more years with Montreal. But I thought that was a good
The
deal as
trade I
well.
would say to you, Mac Pacioretty, is a really good one over there. Now I don't know if he got Ziski because I have nothing else he can get in return. Like maybe Vegas said like is Ziski or nothing, and he picked Ziski and did that one because originally he wanted to Cody Glass. We maybe never know
Cody Glass,
about that one
yeah,
over there, right? And I think that's a good one over there. I think you draft about the draft is really Kokanemi over Kachuk is really one of uh, the bad one over there. I think that's really where he is really struggled. But I think is sometimes his second, third round pick are a little bit better versus the number
yes,
one first round because of Trevor Timmins. I think he did, Romanov second round pick. I think that's a great pick over there. The late, like between 7, 8 to 20 first round, he was better. The Sergachev over there, the Coley, Cole
yeah,
Caulfield. That's an older one. But he struggled with 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. And at the end of the day, who was the real selection? It was Trevor Timmins, which is just him, and then back version changed. I don't know. But I think overall, we have to give credit for that one over there. Uh,
yeah.
so, uh,
It's an unfortunate coach because I thought Bergevin was and is a good hockey mind. He just doesn't. He doesn't have a big circle of I don't want to use the word friends, but people that he can bounce ideas off. He likes to do it his way, and in the end, it got him into trouble, and the team as well. So,
yep.
yeah,
The show said not the respect nor risk winner is Nikita Zazov Lucky. Then he said not Sini Markov is another point about this one over there. Um, the fun fact of the day, not only was Chris Trader not traded for $1, was not the first hitter. That honor go to Ray Shepard 3 years before Trapper. Sever gave him to Rangers for $1. Ray Shepard coach with him and Florida. Rick Kane, welcome aboard. Thanks to be with us tonight.
Welcome, Rick.
RJ, welcome back. RJ, talk about Colorado Avalanche, a great attempt with the forward Alex Galchenyuk, a 1-year contract for the rest of the season, 2022-2023 season. About this, it should be one more season. We'll have to get 1,000 game. Markov, 1-2 years. Bergeron only want to give him 1 year. One thing I would say to you guys, nobody talk about this. You forget Miss Markov behind that. And Miss Markov want to go back home. But nobody talk about this. So you can blame Markov, you can blame Bergeron, but the wife, happy man. So the happy wife is get that. Panarin wife want to work in New York. She's a model. She want to be in New York. So whatever the Florida Panthers gave a little bit more money, he went to the Rangers because his wife want to work in New York. So sometimes we have a little direction where we don't know too much. I don't say blame anybody here. I just mentioned another perspective of what the situation happening. Anyway, I was a problem.
Sorry, I was going to say the other problem is that Markov didn't have an agent. He self-represented himself, and I don't think that's a good idea when you're trying to negotiate your contract.
Yeah, absolutely. About Renault said Galchenyuk a better option for than the Drouin for Colorado. Yes, Renault, because the salary cap. That's simple right there, Renault, about that one over there. And that would be fine. And we get 100,000 for Markov. Thanks so much about this. And it's funny about this, Mr. ENORTAP. Like, we always get one on like or dislike every show. They are easy to recognize who they are, but that's funny. So at least they listen us anyway. They don't talk anymore, but they listen us, Mr. ENORTAP. William McClary, welcome back in the house. Thanks to be a part of the show.
Oh, boy.
That's funny who they are. Renault, Quebec City need NHL team, and then put a team in Quebec, and then Voss will play wife to play with the Montreal Canadiens, probably in San Diego. Rick can talk about this. Mr. ENORTAP, we're not done yet. We're going to go around of the trend news about this. The 13th rookie is in the house. Welcome aboard.
Welcome.
3-star of the week, Robinson, 6 goal, Mr. ENORTAP, and 3 game. What a 4 game. What a performance of him. Number 1. Then Morrissey really reached his full potential. Anyway, one reason the Jet doing well, Morrissey is doing very great. Zorokin is the 3rd star of the weeks for the calendars. And then Marco Rossi, what is there? Because it was down to Iowa War. So I just want to share with you about Marco Rossi. So they opened up the spot for Rand Reeves for the reason what Rossi is going back. NHL news, Chick Run talks trade with the Buffalo Sabres, Los Angeles King, and York Calendars. They are the 3 front runner of the Chick Run. If you ever put a team on this list, what do you think he can go?
I'm surprised Ottawa's not on that list. I would probably. Well, I don't think the Islanders. I think that they're fairly solid and set with their top 4 as it is. Buffalo definitely needs solid defense, and right behind them probably LA.
Yeah, I will go with Buffalo. I think Buffalo have all the material to concretize this trait if they want to, and it will fit very well with the Buffalo Sabres as a defenseman over there. So I think there will be something. Jeffrey Corey, welcome back in the house. Thanks to be with us tonight. And Dimitra Bengal, welcome in the house. A lot of people join us, Mr. ENORTAP, on the Monday, November 28th. So Buffalo Sabres, like I mentioned, they have a lot of great option over there. You can trade like Peyton Krebs, example, right? You can give a first-round pick, whatever they want. And it fit well with the salary cap, what they have. And that was satisfied their defenseman. I don't know, last week someone told me, Albert Jacky should play against the Buffalo Sabres. I said, no, Buffalo are not big. I think it was Jerry Willett. And I said, no, they are not great. Look about Rasmus Stalin, how he get beat all the time. Like, they have only Okposo can respond back if something happened on the ice, Mr. ENORTAP. So a guy like Chikrin can bring not to fight, but some kind more like the physicality, because the rest of the defensemen over there, Owen Power is not physical, Danny is not physical, Brayson is not physical, Rasmussen is not physical, OG Jarhu is not physical. So a guy like Chikrin, a little bit more respect as the defenseman over there.
Yeah, no, that's true. They need a little bit of toughness there.
Here we go. About Ottawa, I just want to mention to you, because you talk about Ottawa, it's because they don't want to trade their asset like Shane Pinto.
Yeah.
So, the New York injury, apologize, Tampa Bay Belcher is out ER. The Nutivara, long-term injury reserve for the San Jose Sharks. Anaheim, Comtois ER. San Jose Sharks, again, Ferraro ER. Edmonton, last two players, McLeod, Yamamoto. And then San Jose, the third players on that list, Raymer out for them. It's going to be Kakonen, I believe, again, Montreal Canadiens. Philadelphia announced Kovekny is going to be out, Mr. ENORTAP, for the Flyers about that. But they have some players come back in the house. We have a Winnipeg Morgan Barron, the brother of Justin Barron. I am the center Danny Grand back. And then Calgary, welcome back Michael Stone, whatever. It was a healthy scratch on this weekend. Again, the other team they play again. I cannot remember.
Surprising. It's surprising with Stone. I got to say, it's surprising. I thought he'd have a better start to the season.
Vancouver are back, Mr. ENORTAP. 1 point behind the playoff. Here we go. He is back, Boudreau. Honestly, what do you expect for Vancouver now?
Oh, what do I expect?
Well, it's a great, this is maybe the best story. We're going to talk a lot of time about the St. Louis Blues, right? You remember when he coached with Anaheim Ducks, his first year as a coach, he did the same thing in 2006-07, I believe, with Anaheim Ducks. They start at the bottom and they won the division championship.
Yeah, I don't know if it's going that route, Coach. I really do think that the West is congested with a lot of parity, a lot of good teams, a couple of surprise teams that are now in the playoff race, and I'm talking about specifically Seattle and Winnipeg that maybe some people hadn't expected. But you have a logjam right now at 22 points for the wild card. You got Edmonton there, you got St. Louis, you got Minnesota, Calgary at 21, Vancouver at 21, Nashville at 20. It's going to be a dogfight with those 5 or 6 teams right there. So I don't know. It's the old adage that we keep saying. You got to bank your wins when you can, especially at the beginning of the year, because it's hard to make up those points that you lose. And think of all the games that they lost when they had leads this year. I think there were at least 6 that they had solid leads.
That's the point. If they can, win those games now, I think with them go back like he is, yesterday there was an unbelievable a back-to-back game to get that point. I think they're going to be more seriously contender where they're going to fight for the spot in the NHL. Plus, Edmonton don't do it well. Calgary don't do it well. Los Angeles is inconsistency. All 3 teams can reach Vancouver, can be a part of the position number 3 and 4.
Yeah, they're all in the same category. I would agree.
Yeah, all right. Let's move on now for Edmonton looking for add a bottom 6. I would say bottom 6, but what do you think about that one over there? And some people talk about Anderson return of that, and it's not what they're looking for. They don't have no money. They're looking for a player about $1 million in initial. Don't surprise they're shopping around to get a bottom 6 players. Not maybe like Ren Reyes, but a guy like some kind of the edge like him, and around $1 million.
Yeah, they really miss Kane out there, and it's reflected in their play and their results. Even though they're hanging in there, they're winning when they have to. Big win the other night against the Rangers from behind. But they've got to get production from that third line. If you can't consistently throw 3 lines out there at a team every game that you play, you're going to be in trouble.
Yeah, absolutely. About and by the fact, I want to mention to you. Yes, so we talk about all the centers to have a trade return. That one player we never talked. It was Max Domi.
In Chicago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's
You
going
think
to
they'll
be
trade him
again
again?
like he did last season, right? With the Carolina. Controversy, Monsieur Nortap, during the weekend. The Alebach mask out and they whistle and Dallas score. The Matt Murray cheat on the ice with remove the net. And then the battle between Miss Doreri versus Emily Castonguay versus the Vancouver Canucks. You can pick one of the three subjects, and I will follow up with other subject. What do you think about this? Or what do you expect the league was going to do? Everything like that.
Well, let's go with the first one there. I thought the Hellebuck situation, um, when he was interfered with to start with, but that wasn't really the ruckus of it all. It was the fact that as the play came around the other end of the net, he lost his mask, and they ended up scoring on that play. The referee did not call the play down or call the play dead because of the mask. There's a lot of controversy because they're saying if they alter this rule, then perhaps there'll be goalies in the future that will take advantage of the situation when there's a lot of pressure. They might kind of like accidentally knock the mask off their head just to relieve their defense. Personally, I think health comes number one. If a goalie loses their mask, then you need to call that play dead. That's a very dangerous situation there. It didn't affect Winnipeg because they ended up winning in overtime anyways. But that's irrelevant. I think it's the safety that comes first. And if goalies do take advantage of that, you can deter that as well. Just like we have embellishment for, when somebody makes slight contact and then they jump and dive on the ground. It could be at the discretion of the referee or the linesman. You can do exactly the same thing with goalies if you see that they're taking advantage of that rule.
The first thing is always about the safety player, right? About this.
Yeah.
One I would suggest to you, it's happened too many times now, the helmet go out. It would be interesting if they cannot wear a strap like the helmet for players to use a strap as a goalie.
Yeah.
And maybe bother them,
Absolutely.
but at some point they have to figure out this better for the safety for each players. And you remember like a couple of years ago when Werenski got hit by the slap shot and they continued to play on the overtime power play, I think, at that moment or something like that. And then I don't remember who scored a goal, but it was a big question about that. Can they referee a whistle or not? If they cannot whistle, it was the rule of the. So we have to always thinking about what is the most important thing is the safety of the players. Murray problem is now is the goalie are stronger, bigger. I don't have the solution for that. But the pig right now are removed quicker, faster. Like a Minnesota game against the Toronto, it's happened 5 times. And I think that's too much, I think, about this. And Murray took advantage. Yeah. Don't be surprised. He's going to get a 2-minute very soon. You can get for delay game, everything like that. So that the question was a bit happening about this. I just want to share it with you for Matt Murray. Then Torrey was she was assistant video coach, a woman for the Vancouver Canucks, and she got like fired, whatever it is, and then she make a go in the court for discrimination and for disability, whatever it was, with Emily Castonguay, and then she showed her statement and all the paperwork online Saturday night. And Vancouver replied yesterday for the owners, from the GM, and whereas they show exactly what they're thinking and then everything like that. It's going to become maybe ugly about this. The sadness about this, Mr. ENORTAP, is we open the door all the color people, skin color, to work more in the hockey, to open up for them, those people, and that's great. That's amazing. They did the same thing with the woman. And I think right now with the woman, and you see that kind of fight like that, a lot of other women work in the sport are not very happy about that case. So there's something we have to follow up a little bit like that. Then I want to mention to you, I didn't. Any player have no contract, guys, in NHL, like right now, no contract there. They are UF free example or free agent, right?
Yeah.
They have until Thursday at 5 o'clock p.m. to participate to the upcoming season for this season if they don't sign a contract. So Saturday they cannot sign anything. The most important case is Alex Farmenton for the Ottawa Senator. He's the one where he have no contract. His case could be associated with the Team Canada 2018 team, and they're not going to remove. They're going to talk about this before this Thursday. So it's going to be possibly he's not going to play this season. But any team looking for under the players with no contract have until Thursday at 5 o'clock p.m. Mr. ENORTAP. I just want to share
it'll
with
be
you
interesting
about that.
We'll see
sense?
if anybody does get signed. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, Stefan Member is in the house, Mr. ENORTAP. Stefan, welcome
Hey,
back. A long time we
Stefan.
didn't see you. A lot of comments about the goaltender, everything like that, Mr. ENORTAP. That's great to see that. That's great for see many people. It's time to go like that. We have already 15 minutes before the show is over. We did not start the sixth game. We're going to get there. But first of all, Mr. ENORTAP, we have to talk about the party bus because Friday night we have some people went to the party bus and for finish the weekend. They have been there since Friday. So they said, look, we have to get out. We have no food anymore. And we talk about José Duarte with Yamo Vartanen and Pierre Martin, an amazing great and Randy W. Randy Walkman, all four are a serious 10-3 13 game. Congratulations. It's time to open up the door. If I can. That's pretty much great for them. 4 people in the house for the bus. That'll be a great time to get there. We want to welcome now Robbie McNiven is in the house, Mr. ENORTAP. So congratulations. We did already the leaderboard, Mr. ENORTAP. So we're glad that we have only one bug on the road to pick up only one person today. And I'm talking about, unfortunately, if I can find it, Mr. ENORTAP, that'd be better. And it's going to be King. King of Gamer is the only one. I think it was 4 and 9, I believe. Is that right?
I believe so, yeah. I think
and
so. Yeah.
I think Ron Wikin was lucky because I think you're 5 and 8 for you're always like at the bottoms. Oh my God, I'm going to jail tomorrow. Then you show up. So no, it's not me. Unbelievable. That's a great day for me. We have a bad night. I'll pick. I'm always like that. Every time like this, I go to the gym. I say, oh my God, I'm going to jail tomorrow. And then I look the pic of Nick. Nick said, oh yeah, I said Nick going to jail. That's a great day. Now I'm happy about that one over there. Talking about Nick is show up in the building right now. Welcome back, Mr. Jill and Mr. Nick. Then we have a couple of things we want to talk about. The 6th game we're on the program, guys. Thanks so much. We already did a little report, guys. So I apologize for that. But we have the first game of the day, Mr. ENORTAP. The New Jersey Devils versus the New York Rangers.
Oh boy, what can you say here, Coach? This is going to be a heavyweight tilt. Before we get started here, just looking the data up, I saw that in the last 10 games, the Rangers are 9-1-0 against New Jersey. So I don't know if that'll sway anybody, but just something to keep in the back of your mind. I know that would extend obviously beyond this year and even last year to accumulate 10 games.
You tried to play with my head again, Mr. ENORTAP.
Yes, I always try to.
Jeez.
Yeah, I know. And but the Devils, they're 9-0 in their last 9 road games. So I present both sides fairly. Whereas the Rangers are 1-4 in their last 5 home games. So if that kind of sways that other stat, then by all means take it into advice as well. You know what? New Jersey's the 3rd best scoring team this year so far. They've really shown that not only are they getting it done offensively, but they're also keeping the puck out of the net, and the goaltending has been relatively good. Vanacek has had a decent year so far. I think it is Vanacek and Shesterkin going at it tonight as well. So that's a good tilt of goaltenders. So I'm going to go with this game. I just don't like what's happening with the Rangers right now. I don't see an identity there. I'm not quite sure why that trade for Reeves was made. Maybe just to open up some more cap space down the road. I don't know. But it's the kind of player usually you don't want to get rid of. I don't like their third line. I don't like that Panarin has gone, what is it, 12 or 13 games without a goal. You know what would remedy that, Coach? His old friend from Chicago, Mr. Kane, if he came over.
Yeah.
Those two really click well together, but we'll see. We'll see. I'm going to take New Jersey to win this one by a score of 4-2 with an empty net goal.
4-2. All right. I didn't see the empty net MILESTONES, so I would say at 3-2.
3-2. Okay.
Yep.
Let me write that down.
Look like Lindgren and Fox are played tonight, so it was a really conversation
Yeah.
about that today. So Fox is back for them tonight against the Devils. Game number 2, the Devils versus the Buffalo Sabres.
Right, and here the Lightning and Sabres, they both entered this match having not played since I think it was Friday night. However, they had very different experiences in their most recent games. Tampa was able to win a big game against St. Louis by taking them down by a score of 5-2. Meanwhile, Buffalo fell at the hands of the Devils by multiple goals in that game. While losing to the Devils is nothing to be ashamed of course. The Lightning's only loss has been to the only team better than New Jersey, and that's the Boston Bruins. So outside of that defeat, Tampa has won each of its last 5 games. So we're starting to see, slowly but surely, they're starting to turn it on a little bit more and get back into form. All of that to say, like, we're actually focusing on the fact that these two are both big, heavy teams. I think that they have good players that way that contribute to that type of game. I love the talent that they have up front in Buffalo. The defense is starting to look more solid, but the goaltending is what it is. And I think we have Anderson against Vasilevsky going tonight. For me, I think it'll be a close game, but I think Tampa Bay will win it on the road by a score of 4-3.
Elliott is on the net.
Oh, it's Elliott? Okay.
Yeah.
Makes it
I see an empty net
tougher.
there, MILESTONES.
4-2.
Yeah.
Even with Elliott?
Oh, yeah. I trust you.
Okay. Oh, I don't know if you want to trust me after this game here.
Toronto, Detroit, MILESTONES. That's the game we're going to do live after the show tonight.
Oh my goodness, I don't know where to begin. Like this should be a fascinating matchup between two very confident teams at this moment. The Leafs have we all know that they have a star-studded lineup of forwards, and they can score at will pretty much. Although their scoring this year has come off of the second and third line as well, and that's a good sign for them, because you can't always rely on your top line to produce the majority of your offense. They rank 18th in goals for per game. Their expected metrics, however, suggest that they're due for better results, especially on the offensive end, because with the expected goals, they rank actually 10th. So in addition, with their power play, if they can score a little bit more often on their 5-on-5, they could be, and they already are, but they could be even more of a dangerous team. The Red Wings, they've been solid on the defensive end, and really, what can you say about Billy Husso, who's been great in net after coming over from St. Louis in the offseason? But they rank, this is disturbing a little bit, they rank 28th in expected goals per 60 minutes, and simply don't have the firepower to keep up with the Leafs, I don't think. The Red Wings, they have won 4 straight games, but it also, in those 4 games, it included wins over San Jose, Arizona, Columbus. So you kind of take that with a bit of a grain of salt. I know you have to win every game, but sometimes we let that mask our thoughts. I like Detroit at home. I'll be honest with you. I hate going against Detroit when they're playing at home, but I got to believe the Leafs right now. They're riding high, and I'll take the Leafs to win this one 4-3.
I was right about you, Mr. ENORTAP. 5-3. You miss again the empty net, Mr. ENORTAP. I don't know what's going on with you, but we'll go with that one. En passant, on va dire un gros bonjour à ma cousine de Louisville, Carole Côté. Merci d'être avec nous ce soir. Ça nous fait plaisir de t'accueillir. And let's move on to game number 5, I believe, or 4. Vegas versus Columbus Blue Jacket.
Yeah, another week in the NHL starts, and we're going to see an interesting matchup here between Vegas and the Columbus Blue Jacket in Ohio. It's one of those matchups between two teams that are, from different conferences, and they really don't have much of a history or a rivalry between the two. So I don't know what the action level will be in this game, to be honest. There is a definite major talent gap between these two teams. Vegas sits within the league's top 3 teams, while Columbus finds themselves 2 points away from dead last overall. So this game could be over before it even begins, but that's why you always play the game. You can't follow it on the merits of what it looks like on paper. Last I saw was Thompson against Korpisalo for this game. And to me, that's, again, advantage Vegas. So I'm going to go with Vegas to win this one, Coach, 5-2.
That one, Thompson, Tarasov.
Okay.
5-2, right?
Yes, 5-2.
All right. Sound good. We'll put this there. I stop at 4.
You didn't see the empty net?
I didn't see nothing else.
Oh, well.
Dallas, the Blues. This is really a good one.
Oh, good God.
By the way, Goodrow is the D today. Wow.
Yes, indeed. Well, tonight, the Stars, they visit the Red Hot Blues in what figures to be a great matchup between two of the best teams in the Central Division. The home side, St. Louis, comes in having won 8 of their past 10 games after starting off the season. Well, they were 3-0, but then they went on that prolonged losing streak of, I think it was 7, 8, or 9 games in a row. But they seem to have corrected their ways a little bit. They're a bit unbalanced in the analytics department, as they rank 6th in 6th lowest in Corsi percentage, 4. They're at 45.9%. And in case you're not 100% sure what the Corsi is, it's just it's a possession metric, and it shows how much each team or that team controls the game. So when you look at 45.9%, it makes it hard for you to win when you're at you don't have that control. By comparison, the Stars, they grade out much better at the Corsi. They're at 51.4%, which is in the top third of the league. And I think, this team is clicking on all cylinders right now. Robertson has been very good. Pavelski and the Hints have done their due diligence, but it's really that second line now. We're seeing a rejuvenated Sagan, a rejuvenated Ben. The defense has been relatively solid. Ottinger's kept the puck out of the net. So I think it'll be a tough game. I think there'll be a lot of physical activity here, but I'm going to take Dallas to win in overtime, 4-3.
All right. I don't know. We saw the same movie.
Yeah.
on that one over there. Look, this is a big game for the Blues, honestly. And then I have Bennington at my fantasy, and I play against Danny.
Oh,
Danny is
wow,
number
of
one, so I
course.
have to figure out something there. But I have to go with that one
Yeah.
over there. And the last game of the night, Mr. Natab, the Panthers, this is the Oilers.
Well, the Panthers, they lost to the Blues, since we were talking about them this past Saturday, in quite distinctive fashion. And before starting which is their current Western Canadian road trip, and it starts in Edmonton tonight. The Panthers, they're currently fifth in the Atlantic with a record of 10-8-3. Many really thought this team would be off to a much better start. I think we all thought that. We knew there might be some regression to the norm happening with this team, but not to the extent that we're seeing. I look at this team right now, and it's hard for me to see. It's hard for me to see an identity to Florida. Like, who are they? Game in and game out. I struggle with that and say, if I had to use one word to describe Florida, what would it be? And it's extremely tough. Looks like we have Spencer Knight going up against Campbell.
Skinner.
Oh, Skinner. Okay.
Yeah.
So it's a
Barkov is
battle of the
out.
backups, and Barkov is still out of the lineup. And the Oilers, like I said, they had that impressive win over the Rangers on the weekend. Come from behind. Who knows? That might really set them in the right direction. They're playing, decent hockey, but they got to get some more scoring. They can't just rely on Connor and Draisaitl to be producing all of that. So I'm going to go out on a bit of a limb here. It seems to be against what I've just been saying, but somehow something tells me Florida's going to win this one. I'm going to go with Florida 4-3.
All right. Sound good? I didn't see coming, but I will give it to you. But no, Barkov out. Edmonton won easily 5-3. Again, then Skinner is looking good. And I think the game again, the St. Louis Blues going to affect the mindset for the Edmonton, for the Panthers.
Okay, I'll change that.
No, you stay there with Florida Panthers. So we're good about this. Mr. Natab, before we leave, we're going to have a couple of more things to add here. And the first, I want to share with you a couple of fantasy hockey riser. Murray, Toronto, Swimmen, Boston, Gretzky, Ronek for Detroit, Dallas, Seguin, Ben, in Arizona, Schmalz have a good week last week. I just want to sharing this. On the fall apart for the fantasy, pay attention to Carolina Burns, Philadelphia, Carter Hart, Lafreniere, and Los Angeles Villardi. Slow since the beginning. Have a good start with 11 goals. Now he struggled a little bit more for the last. Mr. Natab, we still have a 16-10, 16-10, and they have 7-12. We did not play last time. So honestly, this it was the last time we played, so we're going already. It was not good for that night. So it's already recut. But tonight, Mr. Natab, we have Thompson over 3.5 for the Buffalo Sabres and Theodore over 2.5.
We're talking about shots on net.
Yep.
I'll take over.
Thompson.
Excuse me. Both. Sorry. Sorry, I apologize. Yeah, I'll take over on both.
All right, we'll go over for both. Okay, let's go that way with that. And Yamu said that Kokanemi score after the Turkey Awards. You're absolutely right. And Ottawa win the last two games at Mr. Yamo. So we are the one gender live after they come to the winner of the Turkey Awards, Mr. Natab. What a show tonight, Mr. Natab. We've been a lot of great information. That's what we try to provide here at the Hockey National Show, the warm-up show every days, weekly, Monday to Friday, 6 o'clock p.m. We'll be back right away, guys. We're going to do the game. We're going to get out very quickly here, and we're going to, of course, back with the game, the description of the game between Detroit and Toronto. But before we leave, I want to remind everybody, of course, you are awesome. You are amazing. You are the best. And remember, you have greatness inside of
Greatness.
you. You did it again, Mr. ENORTAP. We appreciate again the help and all the tip you gave to us for the 6th game of the program. We're going to follow, of course. Then we're going to be back tomorrow night, 6 o'clock p.m. Until then, we want to remind you, be well, be healthy. Find a way not only dominate your day, but find a way to dominate the second half of what?
You're 2022.
You did it again. Have an amazing, great night, everybody. Mr. ENORTAP, we wish you an amazing, great
Good night,
night. Feel
Hockey
better.
Nation.
Be ready with your voice tomorrow night.
Thank you. Thank you. Good night, everyone. Good night, Coach.